Happy Leap Day, everyone! Today is February 29th. That means we have one extra day to make our year extra special. Today is Thursday, February 29th, 2024. Today is Cycle Day 5. Today was the final day to bring in book donations. Tomorrow is our family fun night for PTO, books and bingo. Hey, speaking of bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo. Bring your family along to the cafeteria tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8 p.m. for prizes, games, bingo, and some snacks. If you have books in your backpack, make sure to bring them down to the vestibule in the front of the school before the day ends. Thanks for your help, everybody. Today is also the last day of leaving in your slips for your completed goals for I Love to Read Month. Your certificate will be delivered to you from any CHE Student Council member. Today for the Christina Huddleston Weather Report. It is sunny with a high of 51 and a low of 14. This weekend it's going to be very nice outside, and I sure can't wait to get out and enjoy this nice weather. Today for lunch is a beef taco in a bag, fresh fixings, and cheesy refried beans. Option 2 is a brunch box. Tomorrow for lunch is cavatappi pasta, with chicken Alfredo sauce, garlic toast, and mixed green salads with dressing. Option 2 will be pretzel, seeds, and cheese box. Tomorrow for breakfast is a snackin' waffle. Wishing a special happy birthday today to Kylie K in 2nd grade. Hope you have a great birthday, Kylie. Today for book checkout is Miss Molesky, Miss Miller, Miss Boone's class, and Mr. Kachiver. Today is our last day of our character trait of the month, honesty. Just a reminder that it's important to always be honest. Honest is being truthful in what you say and what you do. So we might as well listen to the song one last time. Hey CHE, our toy day is on Friday. Just a reminder of what toy day is. We're earning this because we filled the tube with our Pride Ticket goal. So Friday, tomorrow, we will have a school-wide play day. This means that students can bring in something to play with. Ideas might include toys, Legos, puzzles, games, coloring books, craft supplies, bracelet making, or stuffed animals. There will be no electronics allowed. Your teacher will plan a time and let you know of the items that they do not want you to bring in. Make sure that the games and toys are appropriate for school, and the item that you bring in needs to fit in your backpack. You also must be willing to share this item with others. We hope you have fun, and what an awesome reward. We hope you enjoy. It's I Love to Read month for February. So, talking about honesty, we have a great story that Mr. Kachiver recommended us all to listen to because being frank is like being honest. So enjoy this story.
Welcome to Storyline Online, brought to you by the SAG-AFTRA Foundation. I'm Bob Odenkirk, and today I'm going to read Being Frank, written by Donna W. Earnhardt and illustrated by Andrea Castellani. Frank was always Frank.
Honesty is the best policy,
He said. Frank never lied to his schoolmates.
Your freckles remind me of the Big Dipper.
He told Dottie. Dottie pulled her hood over her face.
Your singing is kinda shrieky.
Frank told Carol. Carol stomped away. Frank always told the truth to adults.
Your breath smells funny.
He told his teacher, Ms. Zaroma. She sent Frank to the principal's office.
Your toupee looks like my pet weasel.
He told Principal Wiggins. Mr. Wiggins called Frank's mom.
You wouldn't get so many wrinkles if you didn't glare at me like that.
Frank told his mom on the way home.
And by the way, you're speeding.
And Frank was always honest with police officers.
Yes, officer, he said. She knew how fast she was going. I told her.
Frank was very proud of being Frank. But other than police officers, adults weren't as impressed with Frank's honesty as he thought they should be.
You'll have wrinkles one day too,
Mom said, rubbing on some lotion.
Some things are better left unsaid,
Said Mr. Wiggins, adjusting his toupee.
You don't have to say everything you're thinking,
Said Miss Zaroma, popping a mint in her mouth. Frank's schoolmates weren't impressed either.
My freckles do not look like the Big Dipper,
Dottie said.
and my mother says I shouldn't listen to you.
I'm still going to sing in the talent show at the school carnival tomorrow, but I'm not going to ride the Ferris wheel with you, Carol told Frank. But we always ride the Ferris wheel together, Frank whispered. Everyone was upset, and now Frank wasn't so happy either. Frank clipped his toenails and alphabetized his bug collection, but he didn't feel any better, so he walked down the block to Grandpa's house. Grandpa Ernest was on the porch clipping his toenails.
Incoming!
He yelled. Frank ducked.
What's up, Frank?
Grandpa said.
Everyone is mad at me for being Frank.
I'm not sure honesty is the best policy anymore.
That used to happen to me too,
said Grandpa. Mrs. Peacock walked by and straightened her massive hat.
It's new. Do you like it, Ernest?
Frank thought the hat looked like a flower store on Mrs. Peacock's head.
Well, Grandpa said, there are an awful lot of flowers up there, but my favorite is the purple one in the middle.
Thank you, Mrs. Peacock beamed.
Toodaloo.
Frank couldn't believe his ears.
Grandpa, you lied.
No, Frank, I told the truth. I really do like the purple flower best.
I talked about the good things on her hat instead of the not so good things. Grandpa's best friend, Mr. Pickles, pulled up in his truck. "Try this relish," he called, handing Grandpa a jar and a spoon. "I've got a cold and can't taste a thing." Grandpa scooped a spoonful of relish into his mouth. His nose twitched. His eyes watered. His hair stood on end. "Give it to me straight, Ernest," said Mr. Pickles. "I can't sell it if it's no good." Grandpa wiped his eyes. "More sugar, less pepper." Mr. Pickles grinned and shook Grandpa's hand. "Back to the drawing board. Thanks for your help." "Grandpa, he didn't get mad at you." "That's right." Grandpa drank some water. "He asked me for the truth, and I gave it to him." Frank sighed. "So I shouldn't give the truth unless someone asks for it?" "You should always give people the truth," Grandpa said. "You just have to find the right way to serve it." The next afternoon at the school carnival, when Mrs. Aroma laughed like a horse, Frank said, "You tell great jokes." When Mr. Wiggins did a weird dance, Frank said, "Impressive spins, sir." When Frank saw Dottie, he said, "I like dots better than squares." And when Carol sang, Frank said, "You sure can hit those high notes." Carol smiled at Frank. "Dottie and I are going to ride the Ferris wheel. Want to come?" On the way home, Frank gave his mom a poem he wrote for her. "Mom, your hair looks nice today. I only see a little gray." And when she smiled, Frank decided not to mention the wrinkles around the corners of her mouth. The next day, while Frank helped Grandpa in his garden, Mrs. Peacock stopped by again. "You were right," she said to Grandpa. "That other hat had too many flowers." Just then, Mr. Pickles arrived with a new jar of relish for Grandpa to try. "Excuse me a moment," Grandpa said to Mrs. Peacock. "So what do you think of my hat?" Mrs. Peacock asked, but this time she wasn't asking Grandpa. She was asking Frank. Frank looked at Grandpa on the porch with Mr. Pickles. Grandpa was taking another spoonful of relish, and he wasn't drinking any water. Frank knew just what to say. "I've never seen a hat like that before. It must be one of a kind." "Thank you," Mrs. Peacock beamed. "Toodaloo." "So how is it being Frank today?" Grandpa asked. "Well, Grandpa, I still think honesty is the best policy," said Frank. "But now I know it's best served with more sugar and less pepper." The end. I was given this book to...
We hope you enjoyed that story, CHE. Don't forget the way to be kind, be responsible, and be safe. Just a reminder to take down the basket and take attendance, and have a terrific Thursday, everyone.